It's time for the Brainiac Minute. Get ready. Here's your host, John Boyce. Monday.
What historical event is shown on the back of a $2 bill? The signing of the Declaration of Independence. The back of the current design of the $2 bill features an engraved rendition of John Trumbull's painting, The Declaration of Independence. It depicts the presentation of the draft of the Declaration to the Congressional Congress. While the original painting portrayed 47 people, the bill's engraving only includes 42 due to limited space. The design was introduced in 1976 to celebrate the United States bicentennial, replacing the previous image of Monticello. Other versions have included a World War I battleship, portraits of Robert Fulton and Samuel Morse, and the U.S. Capitol. There is a common misconception that the $2 note is no longer being produced, but $2 notes have been printed since 1862, except for a 10-year hiatus between 66 and 76. The U.S. Treasury reports an estimated $1.5 billion worth of $2 bills are in circulation.
Tuesday.
Although rarely seen, what is considered the most common wildcat in North America? The bobcat. A bobcat is known for its short, bobbed tail, spotted fur, and tufted ears. Adaptable to diverse habitats from forests to deserts, it preys mainly on small mammals and fawns. It is roughly twice the size of a domestic cat, but more muscular, with populations generally stable across a wide range. They live across the entire state of Tennessee, in forests, hills, and rocky terrains, even in and around large cities. However, they rarely come out during the day, preferring to only explore as the sun is setting or after nightfall. Bobcats are generally shy, fear people, and only become aggressive if rabid, cornered, or protecting kittens. So if you see one, just make a lot of noise and back away slowly.
Wednesday.
122 years ago today, back in 1903, the Wright brothers fly at Kitty Hawk. Orville and Wilbur Wright had been experimenting with heavier-than-air flight for about 3 years. They developed a series of gliders to practice steering a controlled flying machine. They tested these gliders at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. They selected the site because of strong winds that blew off the Atlantic Ocean and sandy beaches that made for soft landing surfaces. They tested piloted and unpiloted gliders alike, developing different wing configurations to increase loft and reduce aerodynamic drag during flight. After improving the prototype so they could be steered after takeoff, the brothers began working on a biplane that was powered by a propeller. The plane, which was simply called the Wright Flyer, took off with Orville at the controls. He flew the flyer for 12 seconds with a distance of 120 feet. Less than 60 years later, Neil Armstrong would walk on the moon.
Thursday.
In Bing Crosby's song, Do You Hear What I Hear? What does the child sleeping at night bring us? Goodness and Light. Released shortly after Thanksgiving in 1972 with lyrics by Noel Ragney and music by Gloria Shane, the pair, married at the time, wrote it as a plea for peace during the Cuban Missile Crisis. As a 45 RPM single, it went on to sell more than 250,000 copies during the 1962 Christmas holiday season. But Bing Crosby made the song into a hit when he recorded his own version the following year.
Friday.
What is the name of the abominable snow monster in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Bumble. The Bumble chases Rudolph multiple times, but the reindeer is able to get away each time. However, the Bumble isn't really a villain. He was just upset of his toothache from the leftover spell from when the winter warlock from Santa Claus is coming to town was evil. So really, the reindeer that made fun of Rudolph and did not let Rudolph join any reindeer games were the main antagonists, not the abominable snow monster of the North. Although he really only grunts and growls, he was voiced by Bernard Cowan, who also voiced the Spotted Elephant and Clarice's father in the same movie. This Saturday, December 20th, at the Capitol Theater, I am hosting Christmas Movie Trivia starting at 1 o'clock. Round 1 is all about the classics. Round 2 will be the 1980s. Round 3, the 1990s. And our fourth and final round, the 2000s and beyond. The 1 o'clock game will not have a movie afterwards, so price is only $10. 6 o'clock game has already sold out, so get your tickets now at CapitolTheaterTN.com. That's Christmas Movie Trivia, December 20th at 1 o'clock right here in Lebanon at the Capitol Theater. The classics, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and beyond. Grab your ticket now at CapitolTheaterTN.com. Don't forget to follow Brainiac Trivia on Facebook and Instagram to keep up with all of my Brainiac events.